My girlfriend dumped me after I said I might stay. Then her text said I was just a temporary guy. I moved to Denmark on a 1.5-year plan, a simple deal with myself. I would learn the language, do my work, and then go home. Then I met her. We were together for almost a year, and I fell hard. A company reached out with a job I liked. I was already thinking about staying because of her, and the offer made it feel possible. I told her I might stay. She said she was unsure about us, and that she did not want me to change my life for her and regret it. She called me wonderful, lucky to have me, but not sure. I did not understand. I said we could slow down and talk. She shook her head and said it was better to end it. I packed my things at her place and kept my eyes on my bag. The borders were going to open after quarantine, and the clock in my head started to tick again. A message preview popped on her screen while I was stacking books by the door. At least you have him out of the way, it said. I should have looked away. I picked up the phone. I unlocked it with the code she had told me to cue music in her car. The chat was with her friend. They wrote about me like I was a plan that ran long. She said she never saw a serious future with an immigrant from outside Europe. She said she thought I would leave after a year. She said the sex was great and that I was easy to impress. She said she felt bad sometimes because I looked so in love. But what was she supposed to do? Be with me. They joked like dating me was not really a thing a European white woman could do. She said she was relieved it was over. My face went hot. I put the phone down where it was. I found her keys in my pocket, placed them on the table, and left without a sound. Outside, the air felt sharp. I walked to the bus with my bag biting my shoulder. My place was a small room in a flat with 2 others. One was a close friend, but I did not want to tell him anything. I felt stupid and cheap, like I had begged to be chosen. I told myself I would not decide anything while shaking. I charged my phone and sat on the floor. The job offer email sat bold in my inbox. I drafted a reply that I would take it. I hovered over send. I imagined staying as a way to prove I did not care. It felt fake. I deleted the draft. I told myself I would answer in the morning. I did not sleep much. My friend made tea in the kitchen. He asked if I was okay. I said I was fine and went back to the room. My phone buzzed with a missed call from a Danish number. I let it buzz again. I called my friends in France for hours. Voices I grew up with filled the cracks. I laughed at dumb stories and then went quiet. I missed being known without having to explain myself first. In Denmark, I had a few people, but not many, and now even that felt thin. By noon, I decided not to take the job. I wrote the email and kept it short. Thank you for the offer, but I am not able to accept. I hit send before I could change my mind. Then another thing clicked into place. The friend from the messages had told my roommates what she thought about me. Both of them knew. I watched their eyes when they asked how I was, and I could see it. I was not angry at them, just tired. I left the flat and walked until the streets felt quiet. I asked myself if I should text her and ask why. I wanted her to say it out loud. I wanted to hear her own the words I read, but I could also hear the answer already. Because it was easy. Because it was safe. Because I was not part of the picture she had of herself. I opened a new message and typed, "Why did you do this to me?" I watched the line blink, then I closed it. I booked a ticket to Paris. I told myself I was going home to think. I packed the rest of my stuff that night. I cleaned my part of the kitchen and left a small bag of food for the others. I put my key in a cup by the door. In the morning, I took the early train to the airport with 1 backpack and 1 suitcase. I kept my phone on airplane mode even before boarding. On the plane, I wrote down what I would and would not do. I would not send her a message from the gate. I would not take a job just to prove a point. I landed and turned my phone back on. Texts poured in from friends. I stood outside the doors and let the air hit my face. I was born in France, with parents from Senegal and Algeria. I'm allowed to pick where I stand. I thought about her saying I was easy to impress. I do not need big shows to feel cared for. I like simple things, time, small plans. If that is easy, fine. What I cannot carry is being treated like a trial that ends when the fun wears off. I stared at the city and felt the ache pull back a little. I still wanted to ask her why, but the want was softer. I told myself I could ask later if I still needed it. For now, I did not. I went up to my old building with my bag, cutting my hand. I opened the door, put the bag down, and sat on the floor. I let the phone ring once, and then put it face down. I was not going to ask her anything today. Now her friends are saying I'm petty for leaving without a word. Was I wrong?